All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash. A double honors unto the elders and apostles at GMS Great Millstone, and a sincere Shalom to Akim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Hey, we come through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai to bring another lesson to the body, and Lord willing, this be edifying. So the topic of the day is, that as Esau increases, his laws and his agendas, more lawlessness will start to begin, man.
That's right.
And it's due to the fact that the laws in which Esau brings out are adverse unto the laws of the scriptures, man.
Mm-hmm.
Which means what? More chaos will ensue due to the fact that that more people who are not willing to bow down to Esau's new world order, they're gonna revolt, man. And that's what we're in the midst of now. We're in a revolting process of you Egyptians, man. The scriptures say can a nation divided against itself cannot stand. And that's what we're seeing. We're seeing both sides, both the conservatives and the so-called liberals, fight against each other. And we're seeing Egyptian against Egyptian. And we're also seeing nations against nations, man, within America. You have the turmoil happening between what they say the Asians and the so-called black African Americans. So it's going to show you that the people in America that melting pot is not coming together anymore, man.
That's right. That mixture is being defiled. The camaraderie. That's why it says in Second Esdras that there will be a sedition among men. They're dividing amongst the people.
Exactly.
As well as rising up against your government. Those that are for the agendas of the government versus those that are not. This is going to be on many levels.
Exactly. And that's what we're seeing. And we have an article dealing with this exact thing in which we're talking about. And it's going into the so-called Equality Act, man. Mm-hmm. Which basically states those who feel as if they're represented in the LGBT plus community, they now have the option and the say-so to get people put in jail if they're called the wrong pronoun, man.
That's right.
So a man born as a man and being called a man, he can now tell those people, you just called me a man, I want to put you in jail, or you gotta go to you gotta get locked up, man.
The two things, Salaki, bro, but the two things that bring to mind is the GameStop video that went viral, where the born male that trans into female, how it kept getting pissed, and the guy at work couldn't get it get it straight, to call him the right pronoun. He was struggling, and then also they even got that article, I think I did a video on it, about you can't even tell your animal good boy, good girl.
Yeah, okay. Hey, so can we grab a pre?
I got one, Isaiah 10.
Yeah, Baba Kasha.
Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees, and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. And it's a grievous thing, like using the example of the GameStop video. The guy's common sense couldn't allow him to speak clearly to call a big ass 6 foot, 200 pound grown man a woman, or her, or she, to use those pronouns.
Yep.
It says to turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. Because it affects us a little bit more, because we're supposed to follow statutes, laws, and commandments, based upon wisdom, and you're forcing us to be in a demonic vibration and thought pattern.
Yeah,
If I may say, when this devil passed laws, he does that with the intent to give power to all things that are adverse to the ways of the Most High.
Exactly.
He understands the power of law, so when he puts things into law, everybody's got to be subject to it.
Bro.
And that's why it says in Psalms 94, show the throne, show the
which formeth mischief, which frameth.
Yeah. Should we have?
If you know where it's at, I'll grab it.
I'll find it.
Okay, then I'll grab it. Psalm 94.
Yeah, and I have that word grievous, coming from the etymology online dictionary, and it says grievous, an adjective. It says heavy, large, weighty, hard, difficult, toilsome, man. Because what?
Messing with shit.
Draco.
Exactly.
Draconian.
Exactly, bro.
Which basically is dealing with that Athenian lawgiver which his laws were very harsh, difficult.
Kind.
It's really to oppress you, man.
Kind.
I got that script. Psalm 94 and let me see, 20. I'll go straight to the point. It says, then I'm gonna jump up and read another one up there. It says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law?
Exactly.
Okay, and that's the point that the brother was making. The more laws they put into place, the more adverse to righteousness.
Kind. And the more vexed we get in the spirit, man. Hey, because it's being a man of the Lord. Hey, that's why the scriptures say with much wisdom comes much grief, man. Hey, because with us understanding the scriptures, hey, the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, hey, we have to live and navigate within a world full of wickedness, man.
That's right.
You know,
in the world, but not of the world.
Exactly. So with us living our lives, to the best of our ability, according to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, hey, we're constantly vexed, man. We have to constantly deal with these things.
Let me read this real quick, Baba Shaw.
Yeah, just like Just Lot.
Exactly, bro.
Exactly.
He was vexed with the filthy behavior of the wicked.
I'll grab that
He was grieved by just the fact that he couldn't do anything about it.
That's
he
the most.
To dwell in the midst of that shit, man.
Yep, bro.
That's the most
it.
vexing part. Yeah. That there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, it grieved him that he couldn't do anything about it. Everybody around him was just in a perverted spirit. He was the only one that was, pure. So, and then the fact that even his wife, to a certain extent, was being taken by that mentality, which influenced her to make that decision to look back when the Lord finally was judging that place.
That's right.
I have more on the definition as well.
Okay, and then I'll read. Let me read this other precept because y'all alluded to it. Psalm 94. I'm gonna start up at 15. Yep, it says, "But judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in the heart shall follow it." Right. So we're still gotta practice this to the best of our ability. Continue to do as much righteousness, and versus these laws. We gotta render unto Caesar what's Caesar's, and agree with our adversary quickly, but as much as it be of power unto us, we be at peace with all men, but try to keep the righteousness to the best of our ability.
Yep.
Reading on a little bit, it says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers? Who's going to speak out and have an adverse way of action to these things, okay? And who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity?
Right.
Okay. You wanted me to get that, Peter? About Lot?
I pretty much already.
Yeah, you pretty much.
Yeah.
Con. So you said you have more on the definition?
Yeah, It says going into grief. It says grievous. It says causing or marked by grief or pain, man. It says or great gravity or crucial import requiring serious thought. Shockingly brutal or crucial, man. And the scriptures tell us that we're sighing and crying for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. So this is exactly as grievous unto us, man. And it's grievous unto Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. That's why when we go into Revelations, the 18th chapter, it says for her sins have reached unto heaven, man. Because Esau is doing everything on purpose to not only to further, his new world order, but to just be a disobedient nigga, man. Because he knows himself that doing things as such, which says man can lie with man and declaring their sin to Sodom. Esau knows it's against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, but he doesn't care, man. And he pushes this rhetoric upon the men of the Lord, man.
Right.
And for those jakes that say, it don't affect me, as long as it don't affect me, then I'm good. That's clearly false, man, because it does affect you. How does it affect you? Because you have kids that have to go through this. There is pushed upon your children. Because the article that we going into, or the article that we have, it's a child that basically put her own father in jail, man, for 5 years.
Right.
Because Because he called his daughter a girl, which shows that the child snitched.
Yep.
Snitched on her dad, man. Because why? Because Esau told her to. See, because Esau, he controls the mind of these people. To the point to where they can't think for themselves or think rationally, man.
So who's supposed to take care of this little
now what's supposed
child?
to happen? You know?
You know, who's supposed to take care of the child didn't think that through.
Exactly, bro.
You know, who's supposed to take care of that child now? You know, and like when you guys were talking about the article, certain parts about how there could be they were giving injections because there doesn't have to be consent anymore.
Yep.
They were giving injections
Gone.
to the child at the school without the consent of the parents. So who's supposed to take care of the kids now? Somebody that don't really love them?
Right.
The system?
Right.
You know, people don't think these things through. You know?
Gone, bro. Hey, but we have more on the pre?
No, that was it on that.
Okay, Con. Can we grab Proverbs 29?
Yep.
Which verse? Because I was already on Proverbs 29.
Oh, Con, this is spirit. Con.
Grab what you had.
2. Well, whatever. Yeah, whatever.
I was going to go to 16, but I'll read
Con, read 16 first, bro.
Proverbs 29:16, it says, when the wicked are multiplied, transgression increaseth.
Con.
But the righteous shall see their fall.
That's right.
That's right. It says, when the wicked multiply, transgression increases. And we understand that transgression is what? A sin, man.
Yeah.
You know? And
we know that Esau is the border of wickedness.
Exactly.
So he's naturally wicked.
That's right.
The Lord just made him a wicked demon.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And he's adverse to the laws of the Most High. So when they're in power, yes, sin is you get a license to just do what the hell you want to do. You know?
Exactly, bro.
Now, jumping up to 2.
Yep.
It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn.
And the people mourn.
And it's clearly a mourning state upon the people now. You know, we haven't truly seen the highest level of mourning yet, but overall, the world isn't rejoicing. Overall, you know, when you look at the events going on in the world, you look at the turmoil. There's no peace out there. Where in what part of the world can you find peace amongst people? It's not out there. You're lucky if you can find it in nature.
Yeah, gone, bro. Do we have more on there, bro?
No, that was that whole verse.
Okay, gone.
Did you want to read the
article?
A couple highlights out of the article?
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
This is from the Liberty Council. It says 5 years in prison for calling daughter a girl. It was published March 16th. A Canadian man faces 5 years in prison for calling his daughter a girl. Meanwhile, in America, the so-called Equality Act would call similar insane applications of its. And I'm not gonna.
Right.
We gotta be salty.
Right.
I'm gonna just label it the alphabet crew. All right, of its alphabet crew provisions. This act will destroy parental rights as well as children as it seeks to ram Alfred Kinsey's twisted alphabet crew and cue perversions into law.
Yep.
You know?
And put it right into law. And we see the agenda that they're pushing. They're making perverseness the norm.
Yeah.
Okay, because these elites have to use, and when you look on the satanic ritual calendar, you can see that they have certain things with sexual deviance. They got all kinds of things that you can look and write. These elites are pushing in their laws because they're trying to pass those things as in normality.
Yeah, I mean, and I wouldn't be surprised if pedophiles will finally get their little freedom.
That's exactly what's
coming.
coming.
They're gonna be attached to that community.
Exactly.
Yep.
You're gonna have to basically
untouchables.
embrace. Yeah, you're gonna have to embrace and you know they're gonna come out and you know show their affinity for young prepubescent children, man.
Gone. Hey, the new normal.
And if you say something about it, then you know you're a bigot. You're this. You're that. You're gonna be demonized.
Gone.
So this is a society where they calling good evil and evil
That's
good.
the spirit, bro.
That's right.
Gone. That's the Isaiah 5:20.
Yeah.
Hey, and the scriptures also talk about how Esau is, surely the turning of things upside down is esteemed as the potter's clay. Hey, because Esau, like the brother said, he's made evil good and good evil, man. Hey, he's changed light for darkness and darkness for light.
Yep. And the man who originated this philosophy of sexual liberation, the article basically used him, Alfred Kinsey. All right. When you look up Alfred Kinsey, he was an American biologist. He was a professor. He was into zoology, and he was also known as a sexologist. And he founded the Institute for Sex Research at Indiana University. All right, and when you read it, let me look real quick. Oh, it says on Google, it says previously known as the Kinsey Institute for Research in Sex, Gender, and Reproduction. So he was the one that, suggested that, everybody should have, sexual, liberties.
Yep.
Even in children, young children. He was teaching that, even young children get aroused. So, I mean, it's all perverseness. It's satanic at the end of the day. But this is what they're making a push for. This is how the elites rule. They rule by that left hand energy, and a lot of these abominable practices, it conjures up that left hand power.
Gone, bro.
Right.
Yep.
That's why they want to pass it, so they can keep that foothold on that wicked power, that left hand power that they have.
Yep. So going back into the article, it says, time is short. The U.S. Senate Judiciary Committee will be considering the Equality Act this week. We must stop this bill. And then, it's just going into that. Basically encourage you to, but this devil's going to do what he going to do.
Yeah, we have to endure it.
We have to endure that, man.
And this is why they say there will be no flesh left to save if we wasn't right here at the doorstep of salvation.
Exactly.
We're literally going to have to be rescued from everything going on. Of course, we didn't agree with the masks, but now we understand we have to wear the mask in certain scenarios. It's just a wise thing to keep things going. If you let the ministry stop because you don't want to put on a mask, then you're just low level about it. But eventually, we're going to have to appease to some of these things that don't completely break the law of Yahweh Shemi Shai. But when is it ever going to stop? Esau's going to keep pushing and pushing until there's no time, until there's nowhere else to go. So, we got to continue to call on Yahweh Shemi Shai that we endure to the end and get through this thing, that he got us through his wisdom.
That's right.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right.
Quick scripture. This is Habakkuk 1 and 2. It says, O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why doest thou shew me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? We're just going into that, He write grievousness.
Yep.
It's like this wickedness got to be prolonged, and we got to just sit here and watch it. When the spirit in us, we want to be righteous. We want to do nothing but righteousness.
We search for a new heaven and new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
It says, for spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. It says, therefore the law is slack, and judgment doeth never go forth, for the wicked doeth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceedeth.
And that's like go ahead, bro. And that's exactly what we're seeing, man. We're seeing that it's not that righteousness is being overwhelmed. It's just that wickedness is rampant, man.
It's oversaturated.
Bro. Hey, because what the inhabitants of the world are, as the scriptures say, as is the king, so are the people, man. So if you have a wicked king in rulership, and we know that Esau is the vilest man on the earth, the basest man on the earth, then what? The majority of the people are going to have that same mindset, man.
That's right. I want to make a quick point. From a moment ago, the scripture that says, he that turneth to righteousness maketh himself a prey.
He that departed that's the same thing. He that departed from evil.
That's how I go. He that departed from evil. But what's happened? Pray why? Because the evil is now going to be completely encompassed around you, to where you're going to stand out if you're not doing the wicked at everybody else. It's already, and then the law is still kind of on the edge of conservative and liberal right now, but it's vastly moving toward the liberal, right? And so right now we can blend in, not too difficult, but we're already standing out now with some of the things. I asked somebody for a kosher bottle of wine that I could use for Passover. The lady looked me up and down, and then she walked over.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, hey, just show me what the shit is at, lady.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I mean, and like it tells you in Psalms 12:8, when the violent man is exalted, the wicked walk on every side.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Sheesh.
it's just basically you're gonna stick out. You're gonna, based on the energy, the vibrations. When you see these people out and about, the demons on them can identify you.
Exactly.
They start acting a certain way when you come around them.
Mm-hmm.
That's all spiritual, man.
Yep.
But that's just the dynamic that's set in the earth right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the righteous, they're the standard of righteousness is just not up to par right now.
Mm-hmm.
But the Lord's gonna come and He's gonna raise that standard. He's gonna come and set everything back in his rightful place.
God.
Because the wicked, they didn't have their time too long.
Exactly.
That's right.
God.
So that was what I had. And also, matter of fact, it was a segment on Fox News with Tucker Carlson, and he actually had Candace Owens.
Yeah.
She came on there and she started speaking,
Yep.
and it was regarding the performance that Meg Thee Stallion and Cardi B
Yeah,
did.
kind.
And here it is, these two women, they're being paraded as, the icons of black womanhood.
Yeah.
They're being raised up to be the quintessential prototype women that the young girls of the younger generation is supposed to look up to.
Mm-hmm.
But yet they're on fucking stage, dancing provocative, dancing like, basically
Strippers.
sluts,
Yeah.
temple harlots, damn near scissoring each other on a big ass bed in the middle of the damn stage in front of millions of people. And, Candace Owens, basically, she replied to that and said that this is a sign of a fall of an empire.
Yep.
She said that. She was making like really legit points
And
about that.
Hey, people hate Salaki. My fault. Go, continue, bro.
I was saying, she was making very solid points.
Mm-hmm.
Everything she said was
Spot on.
It was spot on.
Exactly.
But when you go to the comment board,
yeah, exactly.
majority of the people on there just talking hella shit.
So this is where I should have interjected Salakia, but that's the point. When those two are exalted at like the most wonderful queenly women, righteous regal women of our nation, when it's really Candace Owens.
She a coon.
She's her
she got
mentality,
the conservative mind.
Exactly.
And we're supposed to be conservative.
Exactly. That's the mentality that should be upheld.
And that don't mean, hey, we picking a side as far as Republican and Democrat, man.
No.
We're talking about
she ain't righteous either.
We talking about conservative in the ways of the scriptures, man.
Mm-hmm.
Having morals, upright morals, man.
The masses can't see that them other two is completely demonic, and the whole thing that they're pushing, these elites are allowing them to push or perpetuating them to push out there, is destroying our people.
Yeah.
But the masses, right? But then there's a few conservative minds that can see it and call it out, and they're demonized for it.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
I'm sure they
did
did her
evil. They make themselves a prey.
I'm sure the comment board was lighting her up.
Yeah, well, you have certain people that was agreeing with her, but majority of the comments, it was all just talking shit, man.
That's right.
It's like these people they're for it, they condone it, and the scriptures tell us. If I can get a quick precept.
Yep.
Let me go to in Apocrypha. Let me go to Sirach, the 9th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And let's go to the 12th verse.
Mm-hmm. Want me to read it? I'll read it.
You got it?
Yep. This is Sirach 9:12. Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in.
Let me back up.
These women, and these feminists, these women in that sexual liberal spirit,
I'll have to read it.
they're living in pleasure as long as they can live freely, provocative. They could wear being a slut on their sleeve and get praised and pedestalized for it. That's pleasure. Yep. But that's ungodly pleasure.
Hey, come, bro.
We ain't supposed to delight in that shit. If you delight in that shit, that means that you condone it. You're for it. You're gonna justify and defend it.
Mm-hmm.
That's the same thing as in Exodus 23 when it says, "Follow not a multitude to do evil."
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Let me read this, verse 11. It says, Sirach 9:11, "Envy not the glory of a sinner, for thou knowest not what shall be his end."
And that goes for the women too.
Yep.
The Cardi B's, the Meg Thee Stallions, the Beyoncés.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
You hold them as righteous people, even some of these pastor women and whoever else, or men as well.
Con.
we doing the show right now.
Because in doing so, because the brother brought up pleasure, the scriptures tells you about the women that's living in pleasure, man. She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth, man. So this goes to show you that what? This is not the way to be, man. Having the mind state of an American, it creates death, man.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's a culture of wickedness, man.
Hey, just to show you, just to show you how off, you know, our nation is. You even got Planned Parenthood sending Planned Parenthood recently made a tweet, basically praising the black woman for her sexual liberty, and they're saying that, you know, her being rebellious and being resistant to the societal norm or cultural norm, that's basically empowerment.
Yep.
They're saying that it's empowerment. They're saying that it's love, is this and that.
Yep.
You know?
Respect.
Well, it is. It is of love. It's love of wickedness.
Yep.
You know? And it is power. It's power that the spiritual demon Satan is putting on them, man.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not righteousness.
Yeah.
Right.
Planned Parenthood.
Yeah.
This has been a white supremacist
Thank you.
tool or weapon used to actually keep your population reduced.
Yep.
You didn't sacrifice millions of young Jake babies to that fucking temple of Molech,
Exactly,
man.
bro.
And here it is, they're giving you praise, man. They're like, yeah, keep it up. Keep that sexual promiscuity and sexualization. Yeah, keep that rampant so we can keep them babies flowing through here, so we can keep sacrificing and keeping the fetuses, so we can put it in your food supply. All right, so we can get adrenochrome for these fucking witches, these warlocks and super rich.
We gotta make more vax.
We gotta make more jabs.
Yep.
So hey, we will applaud you. Keep it going. And knowing that how Eve, she was beguiled by the serpent, that's because she was being seduced.
Yep.
She loves hearing things that make her feel good, man. She's an emotional being, man, creature. You know, so that's what they do.
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
100%.
You had something?
No, I was reading along with that Sirach 9. Did we finish reading 12? Did we?
No, I read 12 again. Yeah, it says, "Delight not in the thing that the ungodly have pleasure in." You broke that down. "But remember, they shall not go unpunished unto their grave."
Yeah, meaning what? Because that's going back to that the precept in Ecclesiastes, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men are fully set in them that do evil. You know? So, you're not gonna be you're not gonna be left off the hook, so to speak, man.
That's right.
You know? That's why the scriptures also say what? Your sin's gonna be your accusers in that day. Because we're on the highways and hedges warning you, that all the wickedness is happening, man. We're warning you of the wiles of Esau. We're letting you know his plans. You know, we're letting you know what he's gonna do before he actually says it. And in doing so, you know, that's Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai's telling you it, man. You know, even though it's coming out of the mouth of men, you know.
2 Ezra 8:50, "For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride."
Yep.
You know, and this is getting that honor to go on the Grammy stage and perform that level of wickedness to our people. That's a high level of witchcraft that's they're gonna perpetuate and really turn the minds of young girls, women, and so on and so forth till they all be destroyed. Okay, because that's not the image that we should be pushing out. The image that our people should be pushing out is righteousness as time goes on. But with that righteousness that is going out, a few of you sisters and the men of the Lord that are out there, in your families, the left hand has to push it even harder.
Yep.
Okay.
Real quick, this is Proverbs 18, and 12, it says, before destruction, the heart of man is haughty, and before honor is humility.
Yeah.
You know, and right now the heart of man is through the roof. You know, it's stacked too high. So the Lord's gonna come down and knock it down a notch, man. You know, these people are beside themselves. It's like humanity, and I'm gonna just separate the elect out of that and just, you know, deal with the 2/3 and these other nations. Their heart is on a downward spiral, just like going back to the time of Noah. It tells you how, you know, the heart of man was continually evil. You know, the thoughts of the hearts of man was corrupted and continually evil on the earth.
Okay.
And the Lord got so pissed. Well, humanity is in the same direction right now. They're just self-deteriorating it morally, mentally, physically. Everything is on a decline, man. So that's why the Lord is gonna have to, you know, thrust in that sickle soon.
That's right.
And do a global reset, the real reset.
That's right.
Global refresh.
Yeah.
Refresh, You know.
The scriptures say this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. So we're trying to refresh the spirits and the minds of our people, but they don't want to hear it. Because what would it lead us to? Rulership.
Okay.
You know, but our people don't want to. They like being subject and being, you know, with all the wicked demonic vibration and energies that are out there.
Exactly.
You got the pre, bro?
I had Psalms 94 and 20. Y'all read that?
We did.
Yeah, you can bring it back
You
out.
bring it back out. Spirit,
Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? And you know, that's what they essentially doing. They put these things, they write these things in the law, and you know, sometimes they write them in and you don't even see them. And then you commit it, and then they'll say, well, we made this a law 5 years ago.
Right. It was there.
You know, it was there.
And there's a lot that there's a lot that Obama put in at the end of his first term that is slipped, you know, swept right under the rug and under people's noses that you're gonna have to deal with.
Yep.
Executive orders.
Yeah, he made it to he wrote all of the executive orders that now dims most of these people out here terrorists.
Yep, deemed
Because of those executive orders, you now could be considered a terrorist now.
Gone.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they start going that route with these shootings that are happening again.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're gonna start coming down. They're gonna start going after your guns, doing gun grabs. They're gonna start doing the most.
I saw a meme yesterday that said the real reason why the government wants to de-arm the people is because they're gonna do something to us that's gonna make us want to shoot them.
Right.
You know. And we see it happening already. He said the truth is the truth. I forgot how the rest of the meme goes.
They start people see their family members start dying because they took a
jab, JB, yeah.
You know, or turn into zombies, and you know they're not themselves since they took that JAB. You know, people are gonna, you know, they're gonna come after E, man. They're gonna come after Pfizer, Moderna,
Johnson.
J&J,
Zeneca.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
All of those. And whoever else comes up with something, you know, the trust isn't there, and they're also pushing that trust out right about now too. You know, just as some current events, but these things are coming in to be law. They're coming in to be in law, which is the point that we were making. These laws are going to force you to be unrighteous. And it's going to bring you to a level where you're going to have to make the decision, break the laws of unrighteousness. For righteousness of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and it's going to come to that moment.
These laws are going to make you, you know, some of you go off the grid because you know you're not going to be able to do certain things under these laws that they're passing. You know, you're going, and then you ultimately the hopeful elect is going to have to ultimately put their faith in Yahweh Shem Yahushua because that's the only one that's going to be able to, you know, get them the basic necessities they need to get by.
That's right.
You know,
that's exactly right.
That was it, right?
Yeah.
That was on what you read.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah,
Y'all had anything else?
I didn't.
Because just a
something?
good closing.
Yeah.
2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, and
I had one real quick.
You had one. Go ahead.
Yeah, Job 15 and 35. They conceive mischief and they bring forth vanity, and their belly prepareth deceit.
and their belly prepared deceit. And the scriptures say, right when he's about to fill his belly, okay, because think, if you commit these iniquities according to their laws, or you don't commit them,
Right.
as you should, or feel a way about it you should, once you get that CHIP in you, it'll be able to read all your vitals.
Yeah.
And they're gonna force, hey, shut you down. You not compliant with the equality law.
Up to our standard.
Shut him down. He's having second thoughts now.
Yeah, kind.
You know, he's having regret.
Put him in timeout.
Yeah. If you have thoughts of regret again, we're going to just cut you off completely. From society. That's what they're going to do when they, eventually make that CHIP mandatory.
Right. Showing you that that's even going to be pushed through law.
Shit, it's already in law. It's just a matter of time for them to,
And your president was one of the guys talking about it. You will, and during your tenure, you will rule on this.
Yeah. Mark my words.
Mark my words.
It was almost. It wasn't. It was almost like when he said that. It wasn't like a question. It was like he was
making a statement.
Making a statement, like whether you like it or not, you're going to rule on this, and you're going to rule in the favor of the New World Order.
And when Jake say, "Oh, is that a threat?" He's like, "Nah, it's a promise." Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
Mark my words, it's a promise.
Yeah, they eat the wicked, boasting of their heart's desire.
Yep.
There's a 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. It says, "Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholdeth that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way."
Let me interject right there with the precept. I'm not going to grab it. I'm going to just kind of quote it. That's when 1 Corinthians, the 4th chapter, comes into play now. When it said we are entreated with wickedness, but they are defamed. Basically talking about how we're going to have to go through all these things being looked at in the negative when they defame us, when they slander us and persecute us verbally, which going to that Matthew 5, all of that's going to come down. And this is going to make it absolutely clear that the people are going to hate the righteousness that they see us do and perform. And so, because they're going to be against it, it says, "I write these things not to shame you, but to warn you that this is coming for you."
Yeah.
The low level that we're seeing now is just low level. This devil's really going to come out and show his horns completely on the people.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's low level. This low level wickedness through the media and all that stuff. When they start really using their technology with the what's that shit they be having, the lasers, concentrated energy. What's it called?
The heart.
About the
how they
The other one?
the one they set fires and shit.
Do yeah, direct energy.
That when they really start with the foods and making these Frankenstein foods and shit, man, you're gonna really see a level of wickedness that you never seen before.
They've been doing it, and it's at a high level, but this is a low level compared to where they're going with it.
Right, because the masses don't know all about it yet, man.
That's right.
Yeah, everything is going to be AI. This is part of the technocracy of the image of the beast. And pretty soon technology is going to do what humanity done. And leave leave you out, so to speak. And then it's going to get worse. You ain't going and it's going to be a way of speaking. You can't speak a certain way anymore. You got to use certain new phrase, new speak terminologies. Because if you speak the old way, you're going to start offending. You're going to be a bigot or whatever they want to call you.
Bro. And we're seeing that now on our
taking
videos.
away those pronouns. We got to watch out what we say. We got to speak in code. This is too fucking much, man.
Yep. Think of a newcomer that never heard the truth. Listen to our videos
bro,
now.
They confused.
You can't understand nothing.
What is
because we can't say nothing.
What is the max? They look. Newcomers can't even understand what Jake is.
Yeah.
Right.
So imagine them. We saying the max, the JAB, the CHIP.
It's bringing all these terms that we have to use now. The alphabet crew or whoever we say. The Untouchables. They don't know who the, They
don't know who the 48? Was it 48?
Yeah, the 1948ers. Yeah.
I forget who said it. I don't know if it was who was it that said it, man? But he basically said, if you want to find out who have the power, if you want to know who has all the power, find out who you can't speak against.
Yep.
Verse 8, it says, "And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth.
Yeah.
It's beautiful because it's the capital W wicked there. You know, saying that that's those wicked people, not just someone that's doing wickedness.
Right. The root.
The root. The sons of the wicked.
Yeah.
That wicked.
Yeah.
You know.
Yep. And when you look up the word wicked, here the word is anamas, and it says destitute of the Mosaic law. It says departing from the law, a violator of the law, lawless.
It goes right with Hebrews 12 and 16.
He says he's
Lest he be a fornicator,
Or profane person.
as Esau.
Yep.
It's profane, man.
Yeah.
He's wicked. He's showing you he's the border of wickedness, man.
Unhallowed.
Yep.
Hey, looking at that Greek word anomos, there's a term called
Animosity.
well, yeah, that's a good one.
You
But
know,
no, it was it's a doctrine called Antinomianism, and that's basically what it is. It's basically being lawless, and that's even found in Christianity. You know, when they tell you that you ain't got to keep the law is done away with.
Yeah, I got the.
that's that goes back to Rome through do as thou will spirit too.
Yeah,
When in Rome, do as the Romans.
Yeah.
That's that Sin City. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yep.
Yeah, it says antinomianism is any view which rejects laws or legalism and argues against moral, religious, and social norms.
And that's basically what's being instituted in
Into the
society,
Yep.
all throughout the world right now.
Into law.
That Marxism,
Mm-hmm.
you know, rebellion, being liberal, being free from the Most High's righteousness. That's what this is all about.
Yep.
It's really mainly on our people, man, because
Yeah, it's geared towards
geared and it's geared for our people to go off, but the laws is geared for our people to be righteous.
Yeah.
You know, and to for us to follow those righteous ways and statutes and commandments, not the heathens.
It's in our spirit and in our conscience to want to be righteous.
And that's the reason why we suffer.
Yep.
This is the reason why we're under the rule of the other nations. This is the reason why we're under the curse. You just still can't see it all this time later, that as long as you're going in that path that this devil is steering you in, you're going to continue to be destroyed, man.
You're gonna continue to be in that gross darkness.
Yeah.
You know.
So finishing off, it says, and then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause the Most High shall send them strong delusion, that they shall believe a lie.
That they might not that because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. That's the 2/3 that are gonna believe in all of that and deal with it. You know, they're gonna believe in the ways of Esau. They're gonna trust the science and so on and so forth, and they're gonna be destroyed for it.
Yep. The black feminism and
Women's month and shit.
all that shit, man.
Man, that shit's
You
bugged
gotta
up.
read verse
Strong
12.
delusion.
You gotta read verse 12.
That says that they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but had pleasure in unrighteousness.
Yeah, but have pleasure in it. So even if you don't necessarily say, "Oh, well, I'm not totally against it, or I'm not totally for it." Hey, you find pleasure within it, man. Hey, cause what? You're not separated against it. Hey, if you're against something, you should show forth it, man.
Yeah. It's let your nays be nay and your
yay,
yays
yay.
be yay.
Exactly.
You can't say, like Jay like to say, well, I'm not for it, but I'm not, like you said, I'm not against it. Just don't bring it to me or my family or whatever. Hey, if you ain't against the shit, you with it, man.
You're saying that they have a right to do it, even though I don't practice it.
Yeah.
Well, silence is compliance.
I got one more pre on that. This is Romans 1:32. Who knowing the judgment of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them.
Yep. Read the first line in that.
It says, who knowing the judgment of the Most High.
And how do they know the judgment of the Most High? We've been declaring it.
Yep.
You get along with this society and attached to this world, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai will destroy you.
Yep.
Period, point blank. That's it. So, yeah, we gotta go along for now until it completely changes our beliefs and morals against the Heavenly Father.
Yeah.
So we'll wear the mask for now or whatever, you know. We'll do that part. But as far as going further with that JAB
that
and
chip
that
is the no.
CHIP, it's a no.
That's where we draw the line.
We got to draw the line right there. Okay.
Hey, so Lord willing that this lesson was edifying unto the body, we want to give all praises, glory, and honor unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rekakodash.
And double honors unto the elders and apostles at GMS Great Millstone. And a sincere shalom to Yakim, bringing out this word in diligence and in truth. Shalom.
Shalom.